Sexy boys, sexy girls, Jeremy fragrance here. I'm just kidding. This is Aaron Studio here. I just got some gifts from Fragrance One, or you can say Jeremy fragrance product. I reached out to him. He doesn't know me, of course. I told him that my Chinese channel has over 100,000 followers, and I asked if I can ask for some products to review, and he said yes. Then here we go. It's been 2 days, and I got all the product because I think the company, at least where it ships, is in New Jersey. Where I live is also in New Jersey. It's just another city, very close to each other. So anyway, we are here to review Deodorant. This is Night for Women, Black Tie for Men, and Date for Men. As you know, I have the Office for Men here. I'll put it here. I also have the unisex for everybody, which is right here. So I basically have all of Jeremy's Fragrance One collection. Besides, I don't have the Day for Women, which I think, as Jeremy mentioned, is very similar to Night for Women, which he prefers Night for Women. I guess that's the reason why he didn't give me the Day for Women, because they will be kinda similar, or you can say redundant. But Night for Women should be better than Day for Women. So I basically have all the collection right here, and we're gonna do it one by one. First, and the most attention-grabbing one is the Date for Men. By the way, I'm wearing a white shirt today to shout out to Jeremy because he wears white shirt a lot. Now here we go. Date for Men. This is a 50 ml. I smelled it once. Yeah, it's in the niche fragrance shop. It's called Perfumery in Soho in New York. Jeremy was there before, so the owner has some of Jeremy's fragrance. I smelled it before. I like Date for Men better than Office for Men. Then some of you may ask, why do you have Office for Men instead of Date for Men? Because Office is Jeremy's first creation, and he's his most favorite, and it's also the most popular one. So that's why I own Office for Men, but not Date for Men. Oh, now here we go. Date for Men. If I remember correctly, this is a sweet, seductive fragrance that kind of smells like Ultra Male. But to me, I prefer Date for Men over Ultra Male because I think it's less synthetic, it's less sweet. But that's based on my impression a year ago. Now let's re-smell it. By the way, you can see the atomizer is really good. You see that amount? Let's do one more spray. You see that amount? Date for Men. Let's do it. Ooh. Date for Men is kind of similar to unisex. The biggest difference is less sweet than unisex, is less cinnamon type of smell than unisex. It's a little more fruity. Ooh. And it's more masculine. It's more masculine for sure. As I know, all Jeremy's men's fragrance have the base note of vetiver, patchouli, and cardamom. This, I also can smell the base of black tie before. I have a very small decant, 1 milliliter decant of black tie. They can smell alike, but black tie is more citrusy. This one is more sweet. It's a compliment jar for sure. That's what Jeremy was aiming for. Jeremy never said he's gonna create the most artistic or abstract fragrance. He wants a long-lasting fragrance that can draw you compliments. This one draw you compliments for sure. I like this one better than unisex, and I like this one better than Office. Overall, I give this at least a 7.5 to 8. To me, any fragrance over 7.5 is a fragrance I'm gonna wear pretty often. And this one is a pretty good one. It's a really solid one. Especially Jeremy is running a lot discounts now. It's called bundles. So he basically makes a different kind of fragrance together and sell you for a very low price comparing to the original price. So on average, I think from a bundle you can get a fragrance for like $50, $60, $70. So these are reasonable price, lower than designer fragrances. So it's good to buy the bundle instead of individual fragrances. Oh, by the way, for deodorant, Jeremy is doing buy one get one free. So you pay two first, but you write him an email, he will refund you one. It's nice. I smell the cardamom now. The cardamom jumps out pretty strongly now, and the vetiver is kind of like a dry white vetiver, not like the smooth or kind of fresh vetiver, because vetiver can vary a lot. It's a nice, sweet, fruity cardamom, a little spicy, also smell a little leathery, fragrance. It's beautiful. It's definitely better for date. I don't suggest the office for this. If you want office, go for office format. This is definitely for date, for night, for a little like a colder situation, like fall winter. Not necessarily for summer because it's kind of sweet. Yes, so this is date format. I like it the best out of, I would say, all fragrance one production. Date format is my favorite. Now let's go for black tie, because black tie is a very powerful strength, corrupt power, baby. It's a very powerful fragrance. I have a decant of it. Every time I smell it, just like Jeremy said, it gives me a headache. So don't spray too much. I would say maximum 2 sprays is more than enough. 1 spray is like an optimum point, but it still can give you a headache. So don't spray like too near your neck, intimating area. Maybe spray it on your wrist. So now let's do black tie. Black tie has a very similar base to date. So they all have patchouli, vetiver, and cardamom. And the most interesting thing in this is it has gaiac wood in it. The gaiac wood in this is a little sweet. It's a little sweet type of gaiac wood. Whoa, it's strong. It's a citrusy, as I mentioned before. It kind of smells like marshmallow type of fragrance. So it's a citrusy marshmallow, while it's sophisticated because of the gaiac wood and the base note in it. It doesn't jump out that much, but you definitely tell it's not a pure citrusy fragrance. It has some of that depth and darkness in it based on those notes I mentioned before. I like black tie for men, but it's too strong, so be careful with it. Like for a black tie event, you can do this because you want people to smell you, you want a sound. Black tie is a good one. It's a super powerful and compliment jar. Compliment jar, all of fragrance one are compliment jars guaranteed. Next, let's go to Night for Women. Jeremy's women's collection is a little less popular than men's, I guess because Jeremy has more guy fans, and I think if a guy is into fragrance, he's really into it. Girls are generally into fragrance, but for guys like us, we are really digging it. We can buy thousands of fragrances. I don't have thousands. I have overall I have like 350 or something. But now here is Night for Women. I smelled it a little bit. I didn't spray it. I smelled it from the cap just now, and I like it, I think. Let's do it. 1, 2 here. It's a sweet and seductive fragrance. Ooh, it's nice. It kind of has that Irish note in it. It kind of smells like lipstick a little bit. It's kind of like a gourmandy Irish sweet women's fragrance. It's not overly strong like black tie. It's not as strong as date, but it's at least the average from what I can tell now. It also reminds me a little bit of corn, you know, that maize corn smell. So to me, it's a gourmandy. It's a little bit like a fuzzy, dusty fragrance, not like too much powder in it, just a little. And it's also a little like women's high heel. It's a little of that leather smell. Now the sweet is fading away more. Is more of that dark leather high heel corn smell. It also has some citrus in it, but is less citrusy than the men's. This one, maybe comparing to the other two, is light. I don't smell too much in it now. Besides, it's a gourmandy, a little fuzzy dusty, a little leathery, sweet fragrance. It's not too strong. You can do like 5 more sprays with it. Now, I also like it. I definitely don't mind smell this on a woman, but it comparing to the other two is a little less strong. Now, last but not least, the deodorant of Jeremy. So the deodorant is office, of course, because you want a fresh and clean deodorant. You don't want like sweet and sexy deodorant. That's too much. And the most important thing is eau de cologne concentration. So most deodorant only contain like 0.5, 0.1% of perfume oil in it. But Jeremy's deodorant has 5.5% perfume oil in it, so which makes it a cologne. It's stronger than a lot of other fragrances. By fragrances, I mean cologne and perfumes. So that's very important. As you can see, it's pretty like a perfume. It's not like a deodorant which goes poof. This one is poof poof. Comparing to the original Office Woman, this one is less citrusy, is weaker overall. It has more of that inky smell in it. You know, like the ink you write with ink. It's basically like a 30 or 40% projection of Office for Men, less citrusy, more inky type of smell. So this is very different than all your other deodorant. I think Office for Men deodorant could be a ground basing, like a layering fragrance scent. You can layer this with other fragrances to make it a little cleaner, to make it a little stronger. So this is a deodorant. It's an eau de cologne concentration. That's the best thing to have as a deodorant. So these are Fragrance One collections. I've reviewed Office and Unisex before. I'm gonna do them again later. But these are the fragrances Jeremy sent me, and I appreciate it very much. So thank you, Jeremy, and I'll see you next time.